Providence, Rhode Island. It's time to get loud and say it with me. This is Monster Jam.
We're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. They say that I'm reckless, because I'm relentless. They spit on my face and crush on my name and taking my life in vengeance. Yeah, you can try and blame us and try and take what's sacred, but we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. Somebody sound the alarm. Fire was set in the dark. It's time that you know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. It doesn't matter.
It is time for the first competition of the night, JCB Racing. All 8 drivers have been seated into a bracket based on a random draw. The fastest 4 will advance to the semifinals, where they will continue on to compete for that JCB Racing Finals win. Providence, Rhode Island, I want to know, who's ready for JCB Racing?
It's time to kick it off with our first competitor up to the line, the apex predator himself, Tony Oaks, Thunder Roris. And his competitor in the black lane, Brandon Talashka, just get her done too. This is a first time matchup for these competitors here this year. They're getting ready and lined up. Let's go green! It looks like we're still deliberating to see who the winner is. Take a look at the Glued to the Action replay on the board. It was a very, very close race for sure. They're still deliberating to find out who was the winner of that first matchup. And your winner was Brandon Talashka. Just get her done too. And now for our next matchup in the red lane, we have Michaela Talashka, Megalodon. And in the black lane, it's the black and green wrecking machine, Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. It is the ladies' night tonight. Let's see who wins this round. And your winner, Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. A very interesting last matchup, and it's time to move on to the very next group. Up next in the red lane, Kirk Kramer, Remunition. And his opponent in the black lane, the crazy bull himself, MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco. So far, Kirk Kramer in Remunition has a racing win in his belt. Let's see if MJ Solorio can take the victory. Let's go green! And it looks like the track got the best of MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco. That corner tends to be very, very tacky. It seemed like the BKT tires just did not get enough traction and just gripped that track really, really tough. If you saw in the super glued to the action replay up on the video board, it is a very tough corner to grab, and you just cannot maneuver that easy when the track changes as the races keep going.
Monster Jam fans, let's give MJ Solorio a huge round of applause and all those technicians getting him up out of the action. I'm here with Cecilia. What did you think of that JCB racing?
That was crazy.
It was crazy, but you know, Cecilia, I'm hoping you can help me. We're gonna get into the action. We're gonna play a game called Name That Truck, and I think you might know who it is. So all you have to do is name the truck before the image finishes on the board. Are you ready? Providence, are we ready? Let's name that truck. Shout it out when you think you know. Cecilia's pointing. What do we think, Providence? Name that truck!
El Toro Loco.
That's right, it's El Toro Loco. Let's give Cecilia here and MJ a huge round of applause, and let's get back to more Monster Jam action.
Take a look up at the video board. You can see how our semifinals bracket is rounding out. After El Toro Loco took that little bit of a spill in the corner, that just means that Rammunition gets to move on to the semifinals. But we still have one more race to go, so let's keep tight to our seats and get ready for some more JCB racing action. And now we're kicking things off. First in the black lane, Blake Granger, Monster My Dalmatian. And in the red lane, a legendary driver, Mark Hall, Raminator. These two are the most skilled that we have in Monster Jam and in this arena series. Let's see who takes the win. Let's put those puppy paws up for Blake Granger, Max, Monster My Dalmatian.
This is the JCB semifinal round. The fastest four trucks have advanced, and the winners of this round will continue on to the finals, where they will compete for the first 8 points of tonight's event. Providence, who's ready for more JCB racing?
Let's kick off the semifinal round with our first competitor in the red lane, Brandon Talashka. Just get it on two. And your winner and your first finalist, Brandon Talashka. Just get her done too. Let's see who's gonna join Brandon Talashka in the finals. Will it be Kurt Kramer in Rammunition? Or will it be Blake Granger in Monster Mud Dalmatian? Let's go, great! And your finalists, Blake Granger, Monster Mud Dalmatian.
It all comes down to this. This is the JCB final round. The winner of this next race will take the first 8 points of tonight's event
And hold the #1 spot on the BKT Overall Event Championship leaderboard. Providence, are you ready to meet your JCB Racing Finals contenders? Let's put your hands together for Brandon Talashka. Just get her done too. Going up against Blake Granger, Monster Mud Dalmatian. Providence, this is your racing finals. The winner of this matchup gets the first 8 points towards the overall event championship. Who's it gonna be? Let's go green! Your winner, the playful pup, Blake Granger, Monster Mud Dalmatian. Blake Granger was the fastest puppy dog in the arena. Really knows how to work those curves here in the Amica Mutual Pavilion. His truck is running at 100%. Always looking for those overall event wins. And he's climbing out and ready to talk to all of you fantastic fans in the stands. Let's give it up one more time for your JCB Racing winner, Blake Granger, Monster Mud Dalmatian.
Congratulations, Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. What an exciting way to kick off things here in Providence. Tell me about it.
You know, we've been doing time racing the past few weeks, but this is what Team Monster Mud Dalmatian loves to do. We love head-to-head racing. I've been a racer my whole life, and nothing makes me more confident than going up against another truck, sending it around this Monster Jam pad. What better way than start right here in Providence with a JCB Racing win?
Well, you know, we saw there during that JCB Racing that this track is a little slick. We got the two-wheel skills competition coming up next. How are you going to take what you know about the track and approach it with Monster Mutt?
Yeah, two-wheel skills is my absolute favorite competition. And I promise you guys, it don't matter if we're on the front 2 BKTs, we're going to get it on the rear 2 BKTs. I want you guys on your feet making noise. We're going to have some fun. And I got one question for you guys. Where my dogs at? Hoo, hoo.
Keep it going for Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
I'd say congratulations to Blake Granger with the first 8 points of the overall event championship, really leading that leaderboard, as you can all see in the video board as we speak. Just Get Her Done 2 coming on in second place with 7 points. And then it's his 3-way tie for third place with Grave Diggers Kristen Anderson, Ramunition Kurt Kramer, and MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco, with a tie on Megalodon, Raminator, and Thunderoris. As you can see, this is shaping up to be a very interesting evening already because we have ties for third and fifth place. So you have to keep an eye out because it's about to get very interesting here in the Amica Mutual Pavilion. But before we do that, it is time to preview our next competition, the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge, where our drivers will have 2 attempts only to wow you fans in the stands. They will be making crazy moves like stoppies, poppers, wheelies, bicycles, and moonwalks. And this is the very first time where we're gonna need your help to determine the winner of this competition. And Tiana will definitely let us know right now how that's gonna work.
That's right, Karina. This is going to be your first opportunity to score using judgeszone.com. So remember, once each competitor finishes, you're taking out your smartphone and you're going to judgeszone.com. You can scan the QR code. That will be up on the video board. You're going to type in our city code PRO and click submit. Once you're there, all you have to do to set a score is slide that BKT tire up or down to the desired score you want to give. Now remember, you gotta be quick because you only have about 20 seconds. And most importantly, remember that our drivers are counting on you to score accurately and fairly because from this moment on, their fate is in your hands. But now, Providence, I wanna know who's ready for the Two-Wheel Skills Competition?
Our first competitor up, put your paws together for Tony Oak's Thunderoris.
Keep it going for Tony Oaks, Thunderosaurus. This is your first opportunity to score using judgeszone.com. Make sure you scan that QR code on the video board.
Man, oh man, what a way to kick this competition off. Tony Oaks with two incredible attempts, both with combinations, and it started off with Popper's two nose wheelie combinations. These are things that are very difficult to do, and we're gonna see what the scoring is. And the score for Tony Oaks in Thunderosaurus is... And it's an 8.587, and that is your score to beat. Put your fins together for the next competitor, Michaela Talashka, Megalodon.
Keep it going for Michaela Talashka, Megalodon. Lock in your scores now at judgeszone.com.
Michaela Talashka coming in with the very first attempt was a popper to a nose wheelie combo. And then she went out for her second attempt to really try a bicycle, which is a very, very difficult move. You see the super glue to the action replayed on the board. That is the popper that led to the nose wheelie. And then, of course, bicycles are just not an easy trick. So it's a good attempt for Michaela, and let's give her a hand for that. And now the scores are locked in. And the score for Michaela Talashka is 3.350. That puts her in second place. And now let's see those horns in the air for MJ Solario and Toro Loco.
get those Toro horns up for MJ Solorio El Toro Loco. Lock in your scores now using that code PRO at judgeszone.com.
MJ Solorio with two very clean attempts went from a popper to the nose wheelie combo in the middle of the pod. It takes a lot of skill and precision to balance those 12,000 pounds on just two BKT tires. And the scores are locked in. Score to beat is Thunderoris with an 8.587. And the score for MJ Solorio El Toro Loco is not quite close. It's an 8.141. Is good enough for second place. And up next, it's Mark Hall, Raminator.
Keep it going for Mark Hall in Raminator. All right, you know what to do. Log in your scores at judgeszone.com.
Mark Hall in Raminator giving you two really clean reverse poppers, one from the triple log stack and the other from the ramp. We are going to see what you all thought of his run. And the score for Mark Hall in Raminator is 5.369. That's good enough for third place. And now we're going to take a look up at the video board to see how the two wheel skills challenge is faring out. Thunderoris is still holding that top spot with an 8.587. And Right in second place, we have MJ Solorio's El Toro Loco with an 8.141, followed by Mark Hall's Raminator with a 5.369, and rounding out in fourth place, Megalodon's Michaela Teleshka with a 3.350. But we still have 4 more in the two-wheel skills challenge. The puppy dog is ready to play. Let's give it up for Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Ready to go. One more time. Let's give it up for Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
Keep it going for Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Locking those scores using JudgesZone.com.
It looked like he was trying to do another attempt of what he first did on his first run, which was a wonderful combination move from a nose wheelie to an actual wheelie, and he just keeps the combinations coming. You can kind of call him the combination king. And then we have the score is locked in. And the score for Blake Granger in Monster Mutt Dalmatian is... We have a new leader. Ready to show you what he's got. It's Brandon Teleshka. Just get her done too. JudgesZone.com and use the code PRO to lock your scores in for Brandon Teleshka, including making a wonderful bicycle leading into a sidewall. And of course, that first attempt was almost a Packers peak that could have been quite the scary tumble for Brandon Teleshka in Just Get Her Done 2. Scores are locked in, so the score for Brandon Teleshka in Just Get Her Done 2 is 7.929, good enough for fourth place. Up next is Kurt Kramer, Ammunition.
Keep it going for Kurt Kramer, Ammunition. Let's lock in those scores at JudgesZone.com.
Kurt Kramer in Ammunition, not quite getting the traction he wanted with these poppers that he was attempting on the pod. He tried it in both attempts. As you can see, just the traction was not where it needed to be. And the scores are locked in. And the score for Ammunition, Kurt Kramer, is 2.368, putting him in 7th place. We're going to take a look up at the video board and see how this competition is faring out. Blake Granger still holding the top spot with a 9.513, followed by Thunderora's Tony Oaks with an 8.587. And in third place, we have El Toro Loco with an 8.141. Remember, we still have one more Monster Jam truck to go to finish out the two-wheel skills competition. When you hear that sound, you know exactly who's coming next. It is Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger!
Let's make some noise for Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. Locking those scores now at judgeszone.com.
Kristen Anderson looking to really grab a little more traction on the pod and that 3-log stack. As you saw, she got her popper to nose wheelie, but couldn't really hold it as long as she wanted to. But of course, all of that is up to you, determined in the scores. And the scores are locked in. And the score for Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger is a 6.626, putting her in 5th place, which means your winner of the 2-wheel skills challenge is Blake Granger, Monster Mud Dalmatian.
Congratulations, Blake Granger, Monster Mud Dalmatian, taking the first 2 competition wins here. Tell us about what you did in that big old puppy dog that got you that 2-wheel skills win.
I told you guys after racing, 2-wheel skills is my favorite Monster Jam competition. Hopefully I was able to show you guys why. I love bouncing that truck on the front 2 BKTs, throwing it right onto the rear, and keeping it going for all you beautiful Monster Jam fans. And hey, we're only getting started. We still got Monster Jam Donuts. We still got Monster Jam Freestyle, and I can't wait to get it going.
Well, as you said, we got the donut competition coming up next. Now, when you left here, you thought there might have been a little bit of damage with that truck, but it seems it is good to go. Tell us, how are you going to tear up the dirt during donuts?
The transmission is definitely damaged. I believe it'll be okay for donuts and freestyle. Fingers crossed. We don't want all this momentum to go down for a transmission, and we don't want you awesome fans to miss one awesome truck out on that floor. But hey, it's all about having fun right here at Monster Jam. I got this beautiful puppy dog going. One of the other drivers said it looked like a cow. So you know what? We're not going to bark. We're just going to move right for all you awesome Monster Jam fans. But I want to hear you guys get loud. Let me hear you. Woo!
Keep it going for Blake Granger, Monster Mud Dalmatian.
Once again, congratulations to Blake Granger in Monster Mud Dalmatian, taking the 8 points in the 2-wheel skills challenge, which is putting him in a really good position for the rest of the competition, since he has the first 2 8 points that is needed to get that BKT overall event championship. But of course, we still have 2 more competitions remaining, and now we are going into our halftime. So head on over to our concession stands and over to our merchandise stand and grab all of those awesome last-minute memorabilia, because it is time for halftime.
Providence, we are in for a treat. We have some incredible things coming up with the riders of our freestyle motocross team, and this is how it's gonna go down. The louder we are as a group, the more we cheer, the more energy we give them, the higher they fly from one side of the arena to the other. So let them hear you. Let's get loud for our FMX riders. Coming up first, we got Brendan Reardon. AJ Rosebrill. Cameron Sepulveda. And Josh Edford. Providence, what do you think so far of FMX? These guys are just getting warmed up. I know it's chilly outside, but they are bringing the heat. Okay, these guys are getting in one final practice. If you got a flag or anything you can wave, let me see it in the air. Providence, it is time for the FMX Best Trick Competition. Each of these riders is going to have one attempt to throw down their best high-flying trick while flying from one side of the arena to the other. But remember, you are the official judges here at Monster Jam, which means once a rider lands on that ramp, you're going to judgeszone.com to lock in your score for what you think is the best trick. But now I want to know who's ready for the FMX Best Trick Competition.
All right, Providence, that's how we like to hear it. Let's make some noise for our first rider, Brendan Reardon. Brendan Reardon comes from Worcester, Massachusetts. He has been riding professionally for 3 years, and he is currently riding a Honda 450. Let's see what he's got.
Scoring is open for Brendan Reardon. Make sure you go to judgeszone.com to let us know what you think of that trick.
And it is an incredible trick indeed, is what we like to call a cliffhanger in the FMX world. If you like what you saw, it's time to lock your scores in for him. And now the scores are locked in. So the score for Brendan Reardon is a 7.637. That is your score to beat. Up next, we have AJ Rosebrill. AJ Rosebrill comes from Chicago, Illinois. And he's ready to show you what he's got. So Providence, you gotta make some noise.
AJ Roseborough. Let us know what you think of that trick at judgeszone.com.
AJ Roseborough with an incredible moving trick. You know, these things are really not easy to do. These are super duper professionals, so don't try this at home. And the score for AJ Roseborough is 8.533. We have a new leader. Let's give it up for our next rider, Cameron Sepulveda. Cameron Sepulveda is from Key West, Florida. Been riding 1.5 years professionally, 26 years old, and he's currently riding a Yamaha 250.
Keep it going for Cameron Sepulveda. Scoring is open. Let us know what you think using that code PRO.
Yes, let's use the code PRO at judgeszone.com to score Cameron Sepulveda's black flip. See what you all thought of that incredible trick. The scores are locked in. And the score for Cameron Sepulveda is not quite enough. An 8.201. That puts him in second place. AJ with the 8.533 still leads, but we still have one more rider to go. So put your hands together for Josh Hedford. Josh Hedford is from Asheville, North Carolina. He's been riding 18 years professionally, 33 years of age on a Kawasaki 450.
Scoring is open for Josh Hedford. Locking those scores now, and we will determine who the best trick winner will be.
Josh Hedford with a variation backflip, really trying to shine compared to his competitors. But the scores are getting locked in, so let's see what you all thought. And the score for Josh Hedford is 8.932, which means your best trick competition winner is Josh Hedford.
Providence, do you want to see more FMX? Well, guess what? It is time for our grand finale. These guys are flying from one side of the arena to the other in one continuous train. But this is the deal. The louder we are, the higher they fly. So let them hear you. Keep it going, Providence! Hitting us with that whip train. I don't know about you, but I think if we get loud, we can get them all to backflip. What do you say? I don't know about you, but I gotta see that train one more time! Let's keep showing these guys some love. And give it up One more time for Brendan Reardon, AJ Roseborough, Cameron Zabomina, and Josh Edford. It's time for these guys to ride off into the sunset. But let's get our FMX Best Trick winner, Josh Edford, up here to the pod. Congratulations, Josh Edford, your FMX Best Trick winner. Josh, tell me about the trick that just got you that win.
The captain flip. It's a good one for all the fans out there. I like to do that sometimes, but I wasn't sure what to do. I wasn't sure like what Cam had or what AJ was going to do. So after that, I was like, I was going to do a captain flip.
Now, you do have an advantage going last there in that lineup, as you're saying. You're kind of watching what these other guys are going to do. How do you gauge in the moment what trick you and your bike are ready for?
Well, it all really depends on the fans voting, honestly. I've gone first and won with some tricks before, and it just depends on how big the guys are going for you. So that's really what counts.
Now, Karina mentioned, you've been doing FMX for almost 20 years. I want to know, what would be some advice you'd give to anyone out there who might want to consider a career in FMX?
Well, definitely wear your helmet first and foremost, and your boots and your safety gear as much as you can, and start on some small stuff and work your way up as you go and as you grow up and progress, and just stay as safe as possible, and do lots of hot yoga when you get old because you got to stay flexible.
Well, congratulations again to Josh Edford. Give it up for your FMX Best Trick winner.
It's definitely time to get dizzy. Swimming circles around the competition. Michaela Talashka, Megalodon.
Taking us under the sea, it's Michaela Talashka, Megalodon. Let us know what you think of those donuts at judgeszone.com.
Michaela Talashka really getting the track ready, and she really got that Monster Jam truck to spin as fast as she possibly could. There was a lot of revolutions coming out of that shark. What do you all thought about that? Let's give it up for her. And the scores are locked in for Michaela Talashka in Megalodon. 8.229. That is your score to beat. Now coming up next, the playful pup, Blake Granger, Monster by Dalmatian.
Just a dog chasing his tail. It's Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Locking those scores now at judgeszone.com.
Chase his tail indeed. He found the correct spot right there in the middle of the track. Almost literally buried his way to China with that one. I don't think I've seen any faster revolutions ever in my life. Let's see what you all thought. And the score for Blake Granger in Monster Mutt Dalmatian is 8.387. We have a new leader. crazy bull, ready to make you dizzy, MJ Solorio and Toro Loco.
Get those Toro horns up in the air for MJ Solorio and Toro Loco. Lock in your scores now at judgeszone.com.
Taking a different entry approach than the rest of his competitors, coming in from the left side of the pod, even removing the steering wheel as he spun his crazy bull as fast as he could. Let's see what the score is for El Toro Loco. And the score for MJ Solorio is 8.402. We have a new leader. Let's see if he can take that top spot. It's Kurt Kramer, Ammunition.
Really ramming things up. It's Kurt Kramer, Ammunition. Make sure to lock in those scores at judgeszone.com.
Ammunition with so much control in those donut rotations. They were really, really clean. He got several in there as much as he could. It was a really good job by Ammunition. And now you see the scores are locked in. And the score for Ammunition is 7.663. That puts him in 4th place. Take us off for a spin. It's Mark Hall, Raminator.
Keep it going for Mark Hall Raminator. Make sure you lock in those scores at judgeszone.com. Let us know what you think of those donuts.
There was not quite a lot of revolutions in those donuts, but he definitely got nice, smooth, controlled donuts while he did the best that he could. Not a lot of speed, but definitely a lot of revolutions. And the scores are locked in. And let's see what the score for Mark Hall in Raminator is. A 7.740. That puts him in 4th place. Now ready to show you what he's got. It's Brandon Telestra, Just Get Her Done 2.
what to do, Providence. Lock in those scores now at judgeszone.com.
A lot of speed, a lot of control, and definitely a lot of revolutions. He definitely put a lot of sprinkles on his donuts. I'm pretty sure a lot of Monster Jam fans caught some of those sprinkles along the way. You're going to see what you all thought of his donuts. And the score for Brandon Tolushka, Just Get Her Done 2, is not quite enough. 8.309, that's good enough for third place. El Toro Loco still holding on to that top spot. First is our apex predator, Tony Oaks, Thunder Warriors.
Let him hear you roar! It's Tony Oaks, Thunder Roars. Let us know what you think of those donuts at judgeszone.com.
Definitely getting it down to the concrete. Let's put our hands together, Providence. Definitely getting cyclones out of those donuts. Let's see what you all thought of Tony Oaks and Thunder Roars. And the score for Tony Oaks in Thunder Roars is 9.562. We have a new leader. We still have one more truck to go. Can she take the top spot? It's Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. Looks like scoring is now open for Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger. Bit of a tough luck moment there for Kristen Anderson. Could not quite get the right traction and the sweet spot to get her truck rotating as fast as she possibly could. Seems like there might be some mechanical issues with Gravedigger. It was just a bit too tough out of luck with her donut run. You still have 10 seconds to lock your scores in. Let's give a round of applause to Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger. She definitely tried to give it her all. The scores are locked in, and the score for Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger is 4.540. That's good enough for 8th place. Which means your winner in the Monster Jam Donut Competition is it's Tony Oaks, Thunder Roars! Definitely giving you the best cyclones ever. And as his second donut win so far this year. Who says that dinosaurs can't run in circles? Let's take a look at the Super Glue to the Action replay. He even had one BKT tire off the ground and got all the way down to the concrete. Incredible work by Tony Oaks. Providence, let's give it up for Tony Oaks. Definitely the fastest cyclones I've ever seen. Let's hear from our winner.
A huge congratulations, Tony Oaks Thunderoris, on that donut win. That was such incredible control. Talk to us a little bit about how you kept those donuts so tight.
There's a little strategy behind it, you know. We got lucky the way the cards were dealt in the order going out 7th. We're always looking for that sweet spot where the concrete is that everybody else dug out. And you're gonna come in, set that thing right there in the middle, and just hold the pedal to the metal till the sparks fly.
Well, we got the freestyle competition coming up next. You are a freestyle champion here at Monster Jam. What strategy are you going to use to approach taking that win for freestyle?
You know, we're just going to go out here, give it our all. Everybody here, myself included, comes to Monster Jam to see freestyle. So Providence, Rhode Island, hold on to your butts because it's about to get hot.
Keep it going for Tony Oaks in Thunderoris.
Congratulations one more time to Tony Oaks Thunderoris. Got the 8 points in the donut competition. He did a fantastic job. Let's all take a look at the video board at the BKT overall event leaderboard standings. Monster Mutt Dalmatians, Blake Granger still holding on to that top spot with 22 points. And as you can see now, there is a two-way tie for second place with Just Get Her Done 2 and Thunderoris, both with 17 points. And then in fourth place, we have El Toro Loco, MJ Solorio with 15 points. Fifth place, we have Grave Diggers, Kristen Anderson with 9. And there's a two-way tie for sixth. And then, of course, Ramunition rounds us out with 7 points in the 8th spot. But we still have one more competition to go, and that is everyone's favorite, the freestyle competition, where our athletes must complete 15 seconds to qualify for a score. They have to use all of the ramps that you see on the pod on the floor, and you're looking for creativity, the technical moves, the combinations, and especially those wow factors. These are the things that you're going to keep in mind and that you're going to look for when you are scoring this competition. And remember to score fairly and accurately for each one of our superstars. Providence, I want to test your knowledge and see if you guys have been paying attention during the event. We're going to take a look up at the video board because we're going to do a little bit of trivia with Brandon Talashka in Just Get Her Done 2. Since you got a little bit of a sneak peek into MJ Solorio's truck with our good friend Tiana Cohen, I want you guys to tell me what is the answer. Is it A? Is it B? Do I hear any C's? How about D? It looks like you guys have made up your minds. So one more time, what letter is it? Let's see if you got it right. Very good, Providence. The answer is B, a dedicated switch. It looks like you guys were paying attention to that video clip that we showed you of the inside of MJ Solorio's truck.
Now it's time for you fans to get Monster Jam Freestyle started. Get out your phones, turn on your flashlights, and follow my lead. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Keep it going and stay on beat. We've reached the pinnacle of tonight's event. This is Monster Jam Freestyle! Keep it going for Brandon Telechka. Just get her done. Lock in your scores at judgeszone.com. This is your final time to score. Brandon Telechka. Just get her done.
Brandon Telechka really showing you so much creativity in that freestyle run. Coming out of the gate, really taking a lot of air and leading into that nose wheelie, which was great. And then, of course, everyone's favorite, the sidewall save. Let's see what you all thought of Brandon's run. So the score for Brandon Telechka in Just Get Her Done 2 is 8.015. That's good enough to put him in first place.
going for Blake Granger, Monster Mud Dalmatian. Locking those scores now at judgeszone.com.
Blake Granger with so much control. Very, very smooth freestyle run. Let's give it up for him, Providence. He threw in several two-wheel skills tricks while he had all that control and definitely got a lot of air. He got really rough and rowdy out there. Let's see what you all thought, because the scores are locked in. And the score for Blake Granger in Monster Mud Dalmatian is 8.755. We have a new leader. Let's see those shark bites for Megalodon.
Locking those scores now at judgeszone.com.
The shark was shedding her scales out on that freestyle run. She definitely, literally left it all on the floor. That run had a lot of smoothness, it had a lot of tricks, a lot of swimming. Let's give it up one time for Michaela Tolushka, and let's see what you all thought of her freestyle run. The scores are locked in, and the score for Michaela Tolushka in Megalodon is 8.256, good enough for second place.
Monster Jam fans, I am back here in the pits. As we saw at the end of Donuts, Gravedigger Kristen Anderson was not able to really complete her donuts. Something was going on with that Monster Jam truck. Well, as you can see back here, it was the transmission, but this team is working hard. We got crew chief Chad Triplett here of Monster Mutt Dalmatian. We got the Monster Mutt team. We got El Toro team. We got Sebastian Harden, the crew chief of Gravedigger. Everyone is working on Gravedigger back here to get the brand new transmission into this Monster Jam truck. So as you can see, they already have the new one in there. And then this is the one that they had to replace. So lots of stuff going on back here. There are only, I believe, 4 more trucks before we hopefully can get to Gravedigger. So fingers crossed, Chris Anderson and Gravedigger will get out. And let's send all of our good vibes to the incredible technicians back here so that we can see some Gravedigger action.
Let's see those horns in the air for our next competitor, MJ Solorio and Toro Loco. think he's going for it. It's the Morgan and Morgan backflip.
Keep it going for MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco. Lock in those scores at judgeszone.com.
What a way to finish a freestyle run from MJ Solorio. He landed the Morgan and Morgan backflip. What do you say, Providence? What did you think of that action? It is time to find out what you all thought of that incredible run. The scores are locked in, and the score for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco is... Maybe take a look up at the video board and see how this freestyle competition is faring out so far. MJ Solorio and Toro Loco with an incredible freestyle run and a Morgan and Morgan backflip put him in the first spot with a 9.793. Following closely behind is Monster Mutt Dalmatians Blake Granger with an 8.755. In third place, that's Leaky Shark Megalodon Michaela Telechka with an 8.256. And in fourth place, rounding out, is her brother, Brandon Telechka, and Just Get Her Done Too, with an 8.015. But as you can see, we have 4 more empty slots on that board, which means we still have 4 more Monster Jam trucks to go. So who's ready for some more Monster Jam Freestyle? It's time to get back to some more action here in freestyle. We're going to kick it off with Mark Hall, Raminator. judgeszone.com. Mark Hall and Raminator making sure to hit every single obstacle on the pod. Made sure that he got every single corner and did not leave one scrap. It was a really decent freestyle run, and I think the scores are now locked in, so we're going to see what you thought. So the score for Mark Hall in Raminator is a 5.899, putting him in 5th place. Toro Loco still in that top spot.
Monster Jam fans, are you having fun out there? Well, we warmed up our bodies a little bit earlier, but now it's time we warm up our voices. I need everyone to repeat after me. Go, me, 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 me. Go, la, 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 la. Figaro, Figaro. Beautiful, because it is now time to Monster Jam Karaoke. Look for the words up on the video board. Providence, I want to hear you sing. Great job, Providence. Beautiful singing. And now that we're nice and warm, I think we get back to more Monster Jam Freestyle.
And we're kicking it back off with Tony Oaks in Thunder Roars. Adding a little flair to that freestyle run. He definitely had all of the obstacles under control. He made it so seamless and it looks so smooth. He just makes it look easy, but trust me, it's definitely not. And now the scores are locked in. So the score for Tony Oaks in Thunder Roars is not quite enough. It's an 8.809. It's good enough for second place. Getting ready to leave it all out on the track. It's Kurt Kramer, Ammunition.
Kurt Kramer, Ammunition. You know what to do. Providence locking those scores at judgeszone.com.
Kurt Kramer and Ammunition doing a fantastic job in his freestyle run. Definitely making sure that he hit all the obstacles on the pod. Did not want to leave not a single one untouched. Let's see what you all thought of his run. The scores are locked in. And the score for Kurt Kramer in Ammunition is 6.518, putting him in 6th place. Board and see how the freestyle competition is faring out. We still have one more truck to go. Providence, you hear the bells. They worked hard behind the scenes. Let's put our hands together for those UNOH technicians and the black and green wrecking machine, Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger!
judgeszone.com.
Gravedigger with a brand new heartbeat and a fresh transmission. Definitely leaving it all out on the line on this track. She hit all of the obstacles as much as she could. Let's see what you all thought of Kristen Anderson's runs. The scores are locked in. The score for Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger is not enough, 9.095, which puts her in second place. which means your winner of Monster Jam Freestyle is MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco. That is another 8 points, but was it enough? In JCB Racing, they got 8 points. In two-wheel skills, they got 8 points. In the Jonah competition, they got 6. And in freestyle, they got 5. With a total of 27 points, your BKT overall event champion is Blake Granger, Monster Dalmatian. That is another overall event championship added to Blake Granger's count. Let's make some noise one more time for Blake Granger, Monster Dalmatian, your overall event champion. He stayed consistent. He had style and flair in all of the competitions. Providence, let's give it up for him. Let's see what you all thought. Let's hear from our winner.
A huge congratulations, Blake Granger and the whole Monster Dalmatian team. Blake, what a way to kick off things here in Providence. Talk to us about what's going on in your head.
Man, that was a close one right there. I felt like I probably had one of the better freestyles. I was sending it across the whole entire floor. But hey, when you go second, you get scored a little lower than the rest. But I'm not even complaining. My man MJ just landed another backflip. This dude's a legend in the making. Kristen Anderson just burned it down. Michaela shedded that shark body. What an awesome freestyle right here in Providence, Rhode Island. And we still got 3 more events to go.
That's right, we do. What can these fans, I know we have 3 more events. That was such an incredible, incredible night for you. What can we all expect to see from you for the rest of the weekend?
Man, I'm living in a dream right now. We're leading the International Series. We're taking points after points right here on Arena Series East. I want to be the first ever 2-time series champion, and I'm going to fight with every ounce of blood, sweat, and tears, especially with this guy behind me right here, Tractor, and my man Derek. But hey, Providence, it's all about you guys. Did you guys have fun? Let me hear you. Woo!
Keep it going for your BKT overall event champion, Blake Granger and Monster Dalmatian. But we can't go anywhere until we talk to MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco. MJ, what a roller coaster of a night from that tumble in JCB Racing to take in that freestyle win. Tell me what's going on in your head.
Yeah, we didn't start the event off too hot. We're talking about the dirt earlier during trackside, and it bit me right there in racing, but you know what? You got to take it with a grain of salt. You can't hold on to those things in Monster Jam because things can happen so fast, and we just proved it to you guys right there. Scores were not in my favor tonight, but you know what? We came out and laid down a burn over freestyle, nailed that backflip. We put a hole in that brand new nice BKT tire, but you know what? It was all worth it because you guys came out, paid your hard-earned money so I can come out and live my dream. A toda mi gente, soy el único latino aquí este fin de semana, representando a toda mi gente. Te amo, esto es todo para ustedes. Providence, Rhode Island. Man, I started doing backflips 2 weeks ago, and I am 4 for 4. Knock on wood, we're keeping that going. But you know what, Providence? I got one more question for you. Did you have fun at Monster Jam tonight? Let me hear it.
Keep it going for your freestyle winner, MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco.
That is a huge congratulations to our overall event winner, Monster Dalmatian's Blake Granger. It was an incredible night full of action here at the Amica Neutral Pavilion. I want to thank you all for coming here and visiting all of us and having a blast with us. For my co-host Tiana Cohen, I'm Karina Encarnacion, and on behalf of Feld Entertainment, Providence, Rhode Island, that was Monster Jam! We'll see you next time.